Well, just want to do a quick Q&A for all you Atlanta Falcons fans who are anxious, just as I am. This is a big day. It's always one of the most exciting days of the year, football year, besides, opening day. But Jesus Christ, man. Just want to get you guys take on a lot of things. Um, Wait a few minutes for people to kind of get acclimated, um, and to figure out like why the hell Mike is going live around this time. It's 1 o'clock and his food is going live. Yeah. So basically, I decided to go live because I wanted. I feel lazy. It's gonna be a long ass day of Atlanta Falcons football news, uh, possible trades with current NFL, uh, current NFL players of other teams. One in particular, um, Jordan Love, which is something that I wanted to kind of speak on, but I was too lazy to actually edit. It's gonna be a long day, so I want to make my shit as simple as possible. Uh, but a lot of people talking about Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis. Lord, see, it's already on my mind. Georgia, Georgia. Yeah. But Jordan Davis, man. Um, Jordan Love, quarterback, of whether or not the Falcons should take the chance on a guy that's been in the league, 2 years? Uh, he's seen a little bit of playing time, not much at all. I guess that's better than nothing as far as comparing him to a rookie. Maybe you would want to take a chance on him, um, depending on the franchise and where you want to go with things. You want to, heighten your opportunity, give yourself more opportunities, when you move on from a guy like Matt Ryan. So you want to kind of give yourself more than one option in case a guy like Marcus Mariota doesn't pan off, or he doesn't stay healthy and whatnot. So you may want to go that route, and see what you can get for him, whether it's a second round, third round, fourth round. Maybe the Packers are in a position where they want to just get rid of him, get rid of his money, get rid of the possibility of having another quarterback. Um, as far as just eating up a lot of salary cap, that fifth year option. Maybe they just want to rid the contract altogether, but maybe he's an option. Me personally, I'd much rather have a young guy that hasn't been acclimated to a certain style of offense, even though when you look at Jordan Love, that West Coast type of system, he'll be able to fit easily within the scheme of a Arthur Smith, so there's no worry there. I mean, I don't necessarily like the idea. I think he has a pretty big arm. He's pretty talented for a quarterback. Um, I didn't necessarily think he was a first round talent, but Green Bay, they elected to go after him, and Aaron Rodgers pitched a hissy fit. Let's just call it what it is. He pitched a fit, bitched and moaned and complained about them taking, and they ultimately had to choose between him and the uh, between him and the rookie Jordan Love. So, like I said before, I don't necessarily like Jordan Love, but I don't disagree with the fact, he could be a possibility. But yeah, I wouldn't do it. But I wouldn't be mad if the Falcons decided to go that route. Again, electing experience over young rookies. Um, the Falcons want to win. Let's call it what it is. I know a lot of people say things like, well, you can't win when you rebuild. Of course you can. Of course you can. Who the hell said this? You can't win when quote unquote rebuilding. You can win if you build things the right way. You have guys like a Grady, Jarrett on your team, AJ Terrell. You know, you stay healthy. There's no reason why they can't win. Um, if the Bengals can go from worst to first in a year, Falcons can at least win and have the opportunity to go to the playoffs. So I don't want to hear what can't be done. I'm a perfect person. If you talk about personification of what impossible or what people say you can't do, yeah, I'm that. And a lot of you guys sitting in, the chat right now are exactly that. As far as just like what people say you can't do. So as far as that's concerned, man, let's get these questions. Let's get these questions. I know you guys are excited just as I am. So if you guys got some questions, man, this is the perfect time to get it. Let me see. It was in the chat. All right. I believe Grady Jarrett trade talk is overblown. People just love to run with rumors. Yeah, I don't necessarily believe it. Grady Jarrett's not behaving like a guy that is, on the trading block, and not just Grady Jarrett. When you just look at the moves that the Falcons aren't doing, they're not going signing defensive tackles. They're not signing a lot of defensive linemen to kind of go in and replace a guy like a Grady Jarrett. I wouldn't necessarily think that a guy like Marlon Davidson, even with his athleticism, his ability, I don't necessarily think he'd be a candidate to replace Grady Jarrett, because you're talking about a Pro Bowl defensive tackle. If you were confident in, a Marlon Davidson, then you would have made that trade a long time ago to get, to have Grady Jarrett gone to another team, so you wouldn't have to worry about the contract, the money, and whether or not you can do this and do that. So Falcons have made it known that they are, in fact, negotiating with Grady, using the word, "Oh, we love Grady Jarrett." And again, I don't remember Terry Fontenot and Arthur Smith saying those exact words in regards to Calvin Ridley, Matt Ryan, Julio Jones. I don't remember them saying those exact words about those players the way they've gone out their way to say about Grady Jarrett. So that tells me a couple of things. I don't personally think that Grady Jarrett is on the trading block. But again, when we talk about the NFL, I think majority of us, myself included, has pretty much stated, that we didn't see that Matt Ryan would be traded, especially for a third round pick. So, but it all come down to it, man. I just don't see Grady Jarrett being traded for peanuts. If the Falcons were to do it, or it was to be announced that Grady Jarrett has been traded, this is something that has already been in the works and is just now getting announced. So if there were, the Falcons were, in my opinion, were to trade Grady Jarrett, this is something that was already in the works. So there's that. But as far as Grady Jarrett is concerned, man, I just think when you put a guy like Grady Jarrett in the middle of anyone's defense, he's gonna make them better. He's that type of player. He's an impact player. He makes plays, and he's a team leader. He's a leader. He's that guy. He doesn't, you know, um, you won't have to worry about off the field issues with Grady Jarrett. You don't have to worry about him calling out his teammates, you know, unnecessarily creating a bad locker room vibe. Like Grady Jarrett has never been that. I mean, he's the son of the Hammer. Um, his his mother is one of the most respected women in the world of sports, certainly around the Atlanta Falcons and the NFL. So it's like he comes from a great background. So Grady Jarrett is the epitome of what you want as a football player, not just a defensive tackle, just a football player. But yeah, I don't necessarily believe it. But if there were, this is, you know, why we have the channel. We got to give you all different types of scenarios. And if there were to trade a Grady Jarrett, what would that trade be? And me personally, um, this is probably one of my most controversial um, takes. And I'm going to just say it like this. If there were to be a trade with Grady Jarrett, the only one that I would look at, honestly, and give um, the necessary energy to is with San Francisco. Hint, hint, fill in the blank. Yeah. The only trade that I would even listen to is with San Francisco. Yeah, I'm personally, I don't think Grady is going anywhere. I don't think the Falcons are even thinking about trading with Grady Jarrett. But we are in a society where you have to, you know, we live in a society where you just have to, um, you have to take precautions. You got to think about what if Grady decides that he just doesn't want to be in Atlanta Falcons? What if Grady Jarrett just the same, like Matt Ryan just decided, you know, maybe this is the time for us to move on? What if that? So at the end of the day, again, one of the um, only moves that I will personally even think about is trading for Deebo Samuel. Um, Deebo is a perfect fit when it comes down to his fit in this offense and what Arthur Smith likes to do. He wants to be home, but the only snag, and this is a huge snag and a huge bump for this team, is his price tag. If this son of a gun is talking about $25 million a year, yeah, he can suck an egg, okay? He can suck a big egg, because I'm not giving him no $25 million. For one, you're a wide receiver, okay? You're not the best, okay? You're a quote-unquote wide back. I'm not paying a goddamn wide back $25 million when I can easily go into the draft and get an athlete that can do exactly what you do. We see it with Cordero Patterson. We paid $3 million for Cordero Patterson. Why the hell would I give you $25 million to do exactly what we're giving Cordero Patterson for? We gave him $3 million the first year. Okay? We gave him $3 million the first year, and your ass is asking for $25 million to do exactly what Cordero Patterson is doing. You have lost your cotton picking mind, and in my opinion, you're gonna have to you're gonna have to change positions, and I mean permanently. You're gonna have to be a wide receiver, because if I'm giving you that money, and it's any team, Deebo got to understand that, yeah, you're not a very good receiver. okay receiver, slot receiver, but to say Debo Samuel um, is a first target or he is a number one receiver, nah, not doing it. You have lost your goddamn mind. And like I said, that's the only thing that I would think of that I would personally even think about when it in regards to Grady Jarrett trade talks. Um, I'm not giving Debo $25 million a year. Just not doing it. Like I said, I think he's losing his damn mind if he thinks he's gonna get $25 million for a guy that's essentially a running back. And like I said, I love his game, but again, some of these players, man, they had to be all way up the Bulls' ass because, again, I know you have your impact. I know you're a very good player, but again, you have lost your cotton picking mind if you think at a wide receiver or a running back in his um, eyes that he's going to get $25 million a year. That is damn near a back. That's damn near a starter in the NFL money, and you asking for that as a wide back. Okay, wide back slash receiver, wide receiver slash running back, wide back. It's one of those positions in that and I know Kill probably know this, but that option offense. So again, that's the only thing that I would think about in regards to a player. Now, if we're talking about a draft picks and what we could get for Grady Jarrett at this current time, personally, I think Grady Jarrett is probably one of those. Well, probably Grady Jarrett is one of those guys where you can say to yourself, I can get a first round, second round pick. If you're not talking second round picks and at least a third and fourth next year, get the fuck up off my phone. Okay? Get up off my phone. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear nothing to do with that conversation. If you're not talking about a second round, and I'm not talking about a low second round, I mean the high second round pick. If you're not giving me a high second round pick and a third and fourth and maybe a sixth and seventh next year, don't even have a conversation with me because I'm not hearing it. Grady Jarrett is a hell of a player, one of the best defensive tackles in the league, next to Aaron Donald. And I'm not having a conversation if you're not talking about serious conversations. And he's still, 26, 27 years old? I'm not doing it. Pat Norris, Joseph, Cookie by Nature, Champagne Bad, Antonio Holloway, Millie Mills, DJ Showcase, Vlad was good, Cody Mercury, all you guys in the chat, man, I appreciate that. Sean, RC Mechanic, Marco Papillion, all you guys in there, man. I appreciate everybody for joining. But yeah, this gonna be a long day. Pat Norris is another one in there. Gear 5, Corey. But like I said, man, yeah, I'm not even thinking. I'm not even having a conversation if you're not giving me a high second round pick, close to a first. I doubt teams at this point in time are going to try to trade their first round pick. So I'm not gonna, be. Yeah, I'm gonna just be real. I gotta be real about that situation. I'm like, chances are you're not gonna get a high. You're not gonna get a first round. But teams who feel as though that they're a defender away, their impact player away, may want to take that chance on a Grady Jarrett, a la, a New England Patriots, and crazy as this may sound, but Pittsburgh Steelers, they get a Grady Jarrett in that front, man. That Pittsburgh Steelers to go with T.J. Watt, that's a sick ass. That's a sick defense. So, you end up getting a young quarterback, maybe a Matt Carroll, Corral, however you say his name, that Pittsburgh Steelers team turns into an absolute monster. So that's one hell of a tandem. I feel like the Falcons need to trade back to get more draft picks. Well, this is where I completely disagree with everybody. Okay? This is where I disagree with anybody that said we need to trade back. And this is why I believe you should never put your hats or lay all your hats down for trade back so we can get more picks. Well, there's no chance. There's a 80% chance that most of these guys will never pan out to be anything. Okay? I know this ain't here is what people want to fucking hear, but there's a strong chance that 80% of the players in this draft are not going to amount to shit. Okay? Let's just keep it real. Everybody want to trade away and get more and more and more and more. What if those 9 players that you drafted ain't worth shit? And then you traded away a high pick to get more picks when the one pick that you have, that Jordan Davis, Kayvon Thibodeau, Jermaine Johnson, these guys end up being mega stars. Passing up on a star for potentially more picks when you have yet to prove that you can develop the talent. Only teams that can develop talent make those moves, a la a Pittsburgh, Baltimore Ravens, the Patriots, Baltimore Ravens. These guys have proven that they can develop talent. The Falcons have yet to prove anything about developing talent in the last 10 years or so. That's why we make these foolish decisions to draft guys like Calvin Ridley in the first round. Julio Jones. Trade up, damn near give up the whole draft to get a Julio Jones because we can't develop our own talent. So if you can't develop your own talent and you're constantly taking players, trading these picks away, then what do you got? You just got a bunch of picks and a bunch of mediocre guys on your team that's not taking you anywhere. So this is one of the main reasons why I totally disagree with the fact that if you trade back to get more picks, that means you got more opportunities. You know what I'm saying? And I really despise trading back just for the sake of getting more picks. If you're gonna trade back, there gotta be one reason. That guy that you're trading back, we have multiple guys in the draft that just say, everybody know that Travis Jones is gonna be a superstar. He's a good run defender, but nobody knows if he's gonna be a superstar. We know chances are that Jarrett, but Jordan Davis has shown that he could be a star of a defense, the centerpiece of a defense. He's shown that. He's a champion. We don't know if Travis Jones is going to end up being anything, but chances are with a guy who played under a Kirby Smart at a Georgia Bulldogs when they put out nothing but defensive stars and good defensive players in the draft. We know for a fact with Grady, good God. I keep saying Grady and Jordan, so maybe that's, yeah, maybe, we'll see. But chances are we don't know what Travis Jones is going to be. I want a pedigree of winners. I know Jordan knows how to tap into that other side when he's been, put down and said, well, you're going to be nothing more than a run stuffer, that you can't rush the passer, you can't stop, you can't dominate against Alabama, and then proceeds to dominate Alabama when everybody in the previous game before, y'all said that he couldn't stop the run, that he couldn't rush the passer, that Georgia couldn't get past Alabama, and then here we go in the national championship, the Bulldogs make the Bama look like absolute fools. Yeah, stomped a mud hole in them. A stone cold, poured beer on them, kicked them. Yeah, stomping a mud hole and walking it dry. That's what the damn Bulldogs did to Bama. I know for a fact that he can tap into that. Alabama had no answer for Jordan Davis in that game. He was an absolute monster. They couldn't run, they couldn't do anything on account of Jordan Davis. I don't know if Travis Jones can give me that same thing. So this is one of the main reasons why we talk about passing up on guys for a guy that still has a question mark. And I'm talking about many question marks. I know people right saying, well, Jordan Davis has a question mark. Yeah, he has a question mark. Maybe two. He can't, he doesn't have a wide range of pass rushing moves. And his cardio. Those are the two main things when we talk about Jordan Davis. But we don't know if Travis Jones is a good run stopper against elite talent. We don't know that. I can check that off for Jordan Davis because he done been up against the best of the best of the best. Time after time after time. And made an impact against those teams. I'm talking about the impact. He was a major reason why Georgia won that game because he turned Alabama into a one-dimensional team. That's what I know what Jordan Davis can do. He turned that team into a one-dimensional team. He allowed guys like Trayvon Walker, who in my opinion, I think he's a very good athlete, but it's still questions whether or not Trayvon Walker is actually a good one-on-one or a good pass rusher. A lot of people looking at Trayvon Walker for the simple fact that he tested well in the combine. Guys like Nakobe Dean, Quay Walker, Devontae Wyatt. Are these guys really those impact players, or are they just guys who benefited from having the Jordan Davis in the middle? We never seen that. We never truly seen those guys without Jordan Davis. These are the questions that we're talking about. I know what Jordan Davis can do. I've seen what he can do against elite talent. I don't know about that. So when we passing on guys like a Jordan Davis to get more picks, it has to be another guy with equal value. Can anybody in this chat tell me there's a equal value guy as far as the impact of what Jordan Davis can do? Hell no. Let me know. So, like I said, it's not so much, it's all about Jordan Davis. No, we're talking about Jermaine Johnson. We're talking about Kayvon Thibodeau. If a Jordan Davis wasn't in this draft, would I trade this pick away? I still don't know. Well, I do know. I take that back. If Jordan Davis wasn't in this draft, would I trade down? Absolutely not. I still wouldn't trade that pick away because the Falcons need an edge also. Even if Jordan Davis, I still wouldn't do it because you still have needs. I know what Jermaine Johnson is. He's the most polished pass rusher in this draft. Kayvon Thibodeau, in my opinion, is the best athlete at the edge position. Those are things that I do know. So I want proven players. I don't want a bunch of scrubs who okay for the sake of just having picks. If Grady gets traded, I don't think we should get Davis. Well, Alex, I know why you saying that because you like a lot of prissy players. this is a physical game, and you got to understand when you playing the 3-4, the 3-4 is not a prissy. It's not a. It's not a. The 3-4 is for men. Let's just call it is. You got to be a man to play in that 3-4. You got to be willing to get dirty when you playing in that 3-4. You got to have them big, stinking, nasty offensive linemen. Big belly, big gut, all of that. You got to be able to have those guys in the middle of your defense in the 3-4. Got to have those big guys in the front. One of the main reasons why Pittsburgh was so awful in their 3-4 is because they didn't have those big boys up front. They got ran through like Suki Hunter. You talk about a slut-walk defense, that's exactly what Pittsburgh defense was. They was horrible at stopping the run. Why? Because they did not have those big guys up front to keep them away from the linebackers. Sure, TJ Watt had 20 sacks, but they still couldn't stop the run. So a 3-4 has always been centered around big defensive tackles. So if you have a defensive coordinator like Dean Pease, you think he's going to want to keep seeing 20 sacks, but he giving up 150 yards rushing a game? Let's keep it real. You think a Dean Pease would be cool with having 50 sacks? 50 sacks and giving up 150 yards rushing? Nah. So even if Grady Jarrett not there, you trade that away. You trade him away, and you trade Grady Jarrett away. You still got to get Jordan Davis and get those edge rushers around him. Get those playmakers around, so it makes the pick even more sexy. Enough of this prissy stuff. All right, the Falcons just tweeted today. We got our hashtag back. Dirty Birds. What does that signify to you guys? If the Falcons are calling themselves Dirty Birds again, what does that mean to you guys? That's what I want to know. Leave your comments below. The Falcons are finally calling themselves the Dirty Birds again. Yeah. You got to do that. Grady is undersized, but he good. I mean, undersized for what? He's a 3-tech. He's not undersized. You look at what Warren Sapp was doing his time he playing. Howie Long, those guys were the exact same size. That's not the size of the dog. It's the size of the fight in the dog. You should know that by now. Size mean nothing. I know big 330-pound punk bitches, okay? They wouldn't bust a damn grape, but they'll eat that motherfucker, okay? I know 350-pound guys, 6'6", 350 pounds, and these guys won't bust a damn grape. So it's not all about how good. We should know that now by Route 96. He's 300 pounds, 305 pounds. Dude is soft as hell. What we talking about? Size means nothing. And I get what you were saying. I'm not saying you in particular. Just the mentality behind, oh, I got to get a guy that's 350 pounds. Or he's too small. Nope. You know what I'm saying? You gotta end up, you gotta draft players that's gonna. No, you gotta get fight. You gotta get players that's gonna fight. David Foster, what's good, man? I'm just looking through the comments, and that's all for the most part. But like I said, I don't think we getting a safety or a defensive line. Hell no. I don't know where you see safety at, but yeah, there's very little chance that the Falcons are going to get a safety. Very little. We already have 2, 3 Kyle Hamiltons on this team. And he's the only one that's worth even looking at in the first round. So absolutely not. I'm not focused on any of that. We gotta stop looking at all these damn low skill players, cause that shit got you nowhere to begin with. The most skilled players got you absolutely nowhere to begin with. So, yeah, gotta get tough. Gotta stop looking at all these wide receivers, these prissy ass quarterbacks. Now let's play some real football. Let's play some real football. Let's punch a motherfucker in the mouth in the game. Let's punch a motherfucker in the mouth in the game, okay? I'm tired of getting bullied. I'm tired of getting ran through. I'm tired of seeing Route 96. I'm tired of not being able to run the ball. Fuck that shit. Everybody want all these damn touchdowns and shit. But nobody want to punch a motherfucker in the mouth in the game no more. And I see Tyler Linderbaum. Yeah, that's all cute and all, but Falcons don't need that. That'll be another waste of a pick. Bringing in Tyler Linderbaum in here. Another waste. It's the waste of picks that we talking about. This is the thing that the Falcons did under Thomas Dimitroff. Is waste picks. Constantly wasting picks because guess what? Yeah. Constantly wasting picks because the guy in the draft had good combine numbers. We got like 5 wide receivers on and we still can't stop a damn defense. You done drafted 2, 3 other centers in the offensive guard, but there's only so many snaps that's gonna go during the season. That's just wasting picks and it's wasting development of players. Cool, man. That's another waste. Like I said, that's another waste of a pick. Why we keep on, drafting all these corners and safeties when there's only so many snaps? And the guys that we're trying to develop need time on the field, but y'all want to keep bringing in another corner, bringing in another safety, when guys like Richie Grant needs more time. Guys like AO need more time. We want to keep on bringing in the same position every week. These guys need reps. You can't get better if you're not getting reps. So at the end of the day, like I said before, I understand people need, but we got to get out of this video game mentality because that's not real. And a lot of people don't understand, they don't realize that they don't have this video game mentality. Yeah, you got a video game mentality. Stacking picks, that's a video game mentality. You can stack picks, but there's only so many reps. You can have a bunch of shooters, but there's only so much time on the clock. See? You can have guys who can rush the passer, but what if you never get an opportunity to rush the passer because you can't stop the run? These are the things we'll be talking about. Everybody's so focused on getting the best player, but don't realize we got to get reps. Those players got to get reps. And if he never get reps, guess what? Yeah, he doesn't get better. But like I said, everybody want to have these great players, but don't realize these great players need reps. Why draft a Richie Grant if you're just gonna bring in a Kyle Hamilton? Why draft guys like Jalen Hawkins if all you're gonna do is bring in another guy and he never gets, he never fits his potential, fulfill his potential? Why? Because he's not getting reps, and then we go to another team. And then here we go. Oh, why he didn't do that with Atlanta? Well, because y'all keep bringing in the same skill players and never let these guys develop. Y'all never let these guys develop, but you wondering why guys leave and they become better. Why guys like Devondre Campbell end up playing a lot better in certain scheme, and then you look at us, oh, why he didn't do it? Because you didn't put him in a position where he could succeed. That's what the last regime did. They didn't put these guys in a position where they could succeed. So these guys need reps, they need opportunities. And like Devontae said, this is a hard scheme. You got to be smart to play in this game. It's a two-gap scheme. All his position players have to understand each position. He teaches philosophies. He doesn't teach things that... He doesn't teach position. He teaches schemes and concepts. Because if a guy get injured, guess what? Yeah, no good to you. He's teaching concepts, and that's my thing. Y'all be so worried about concepts and all the other stuff. Y'all be worried about players, but you don't look at these guys need opportunity to play and the time to play. Yeah, they need time to play. So what good is Tyler Linderbaum coming here and yeah, he'll be a starter, but guess what? You just wasted 2 years with Matt Hennessy. You just wasted 2 years on the other guy. You just wasted 2 years on other guys. You just wasted 2 draft picks because you want to draft a new guy this year because he was the top center in the draft. He's the top guard, the top tackle, top corner. You just wasted 2 years of Isaiah Oliver. You just wasted 2 years of a guy like even wasted a contract and money by signing guys like Casey Hayward because you want to get the new cornerback. Oh, this cornerback. Oh, he's so great. But guess what? You just wasted money. You got to get out of wasting money. Falcons have wasted so much money. It's ridiculous. Falcons have wasted so much money just stacking positions, and these guys never get the opportunity to play. That's the same thing what happened in Cincinnati, and why we got a guy like Bean Talk. Got Muhammad Sanu. Because they stacked a whole bunch of positions and no guy didn't have an opportunity. That's a waste of a pick. Waste of a pick. These guys are never going to see the time of day, but you still drafting these guys in the second round, first round. Just because you were trying to stack a position. Just because you see a guy in a draft that's quote unquote good. Wasting picks. Gotta stop wasting picks. That's the biggest thing that's what's wrong with the Falcons and other teams, that they just stack a whole bunch of picks, stack a whole bunch of players because they were ranked this and ranked here. Because he was ranked high in the draft. Gotta have a plan. Gotta have a philosophy. You gotta, if you went back and you saw the draft, the press conference with, if you saw the press conference with, if you saw the press conference with Terry Fontenot and Arthur Smith, that's exactly what he said. You got to have a plan with guys that are, when you go in this draft, all right, this guy is going to be, a red shirt draftee. What a red shirt draftee is basically, all right, we know we're going to sit him for X amount of years. He's going to sit with the first. He's not going to see a lot of playing time. He's going to sit. So you draft this guy on account that he's going to sit for a year. But most of the time when you do that, you're really, in a position where you can win. A lot of teams do that when they can win or they're deep. They can afford to sit guys for a year. Can the Falcons afford to sit a guy for a year? Let's be real with ourselves. Can the Falcons afford to sit a guy for a year? Hell no. There's no way in hell the Falcons can afford to sit anybody. So it has to be a plan. Has to be a plan why you're doing these things and drafting guys. Like I said, it's you pass up players like that in the first round because you know damn well he gonna need his reps. You can't be great if you're not on the field. Great players, great coaches can't be great coaches if you never have a player that you can, or the player never reaches his potential. Can't reach your potential if you don't have the reps. Gotta have the opportunity. And this is the reason why you look at guys who keep mocking the Falcons to get these corners. How are they gonna get playing time? We got about 15 damn corners on this roster already. Oh, we're gonna sit Casey. We're gonna sit Casey Hayward. Yeah, that was a waste of money. Could have used that money somewhere else if we were just gonna sign Casey Hayward and draft a Sauce or a Stingley. a waste of money because we already got 15 corners. And to evolve, you do understand that picks are often missed, right? Yeah, I literally just said that earlier. Maybe you didn't hear me, but yeah, that's exactly what I said. In the last 12, 20 years, it's been about 12% of the quarterbacks that actually um, had the opportunity to start. Since Matt Ryan was in the league until now, it's about 12% of the quarterbacks who've actually been drafted each year that have actually started the game. 12%. So yes, I do know that. So yeah, you probably didn't hear me, but that's exactly what I said earlier. I mean, Jordan Davis is can't be a bust. The reason why I say that is because you know what he is. He's a run stuffer. He's a guy that heightens and is a piece of a puzzle. He's a Grady Jackson. He's a Dontari Pope. He's a Haloti Nada. Haloti Nada, when you go look at his numbers, you would say, damn, he sucked. But when you look at the impact of the players around him, then you say, oh, okay, I see what happened. That's why Jordan Davis in his draft is probably the safest pick because you know exactly what he's going to do. Can't fail with the Jordan Davis unless it's injuries. Can't fail with it. He's the safest pick because you know what you're going to get out of him. The only way he's going to be a bust if he's not on the field. I'd rather be an underachiever with a nose tackle than an underachiever with the edge. Let me repeat that. I'd rather be an underachiever at nose tackle than an underachiever on edge. Because if an edge guy is underachieving, that means he's not applying pressure and he's not getting after the quarterback. But I know with a nose tackle, he gonna do one thing: is be fat, be big. Right, Jude. The only way Jordan Davis can be a bust if he shrink over. Like he's a piece of a puzzle. That's what people gotta understand with a guy. A lot of players coming to draft are not gonna be superstars. A lot of these guys are never even gonna see or sniff a Hall of Fame question. So all these guys are pieces of a puzzle until they prove otherwise. Some of the safest guys we thought were gonna be legends. People thought Mario Williams was coming in. He was gonna be a legend. The dude was like 6'8", 300 pounds, and could run like a damn deer. And he ended up quitting because he couldn't stay healthy. With Josh, hold on. What's Josh's question? So y'all saying any safety we took last year would have sat just like Grant? Yeah, yeah. Dean P doesn't believe in putting guys. especially his secondary guys. Like you got to prove that you're smart enough to even play in his defense. You got to prove that you understand the concepts to even play in his defense. Because what he's not going to do is put you in a position to fail, to make him look stupid on top of it, to make his defense look bad. So you're going to have to get it. You have to be intelligent to play in his defense. This is something that he stated himself. You guys got to go back and listen to these press conferences. When you hear that Dean Pease is on the radio, he's doing a promotion, a press conference, go listen to it. He's telling you what the Falcons want, what they need. They are telling you what they want. You have to be smart to play in his defense. It's not about athleticism. You have to be smart. So most of these safeties coming in here have to prove that they can run a defense, because safeties in this league are signal callers. They got to send a signal to the corner, send a signal to the linebacker. I got you. I got this. I got the underneath. I got the deep third. I got the sideline. I got the right. I got the left. You got to be smart to be able to see these things and call these things out. So if you don't know what the hell you're doing, the corner going to get, let's just say, for instance, we've seen this plenty of times with the Falcons, where, and this is a perfect example, and this is Isaiah Oliver, okay? That sideline, and thank God that he missed the throw, but that play on the sideline with when you playing Seattle, and I think he got one of them. I think he got one of those catches, and I think he missed the catches on the sideline. But it was a wide open throw, and I think Russ had missed it. But DK was wide the fuck open, and he was late. Ricardo Allen was late on it because he made the wrong read. And even in the end zone, Ricardo, it was against Cincinnati also. The safety was late on the rotation, and A.J. Green ended up catching the game winner. Why? Because the safety was late on his read. So if you don't understand what your assignment is at a safety, you can cause the team a game. So you got to be able to understand the defense. So again, I like I said, I love the idea of having all the great players, but these players are under contract. And what I don't want to do is waste money. Because let me tell you right now, having Tack McKinley on this team was a waste of money. Having a Ray Edwards on this team was a waste of money. Having a Dante Robinson on the team was a waste of money. Ricardo Allen, another waste of money. It's never that good to begin with, and we give him. I'm tired of wasting money on players who aren't that good, and then when we bring in guys like Dante Fowler, Ray Edwards, we think these guys are this and that, but he ended up not being that. Dante Fowler, I think Dante Fowler was like a number 3 pick or something like that. Yeah, it's a lot. Hey, and that's a good statement too, because a lot of defensive picks last year didn't get a lot of snaps. A lot of them. We got guys that were taken in the first round, and these guys didn't get any snaps, hardly any snaps. If we get Davis at 8, possible Malik could fall to us in the second round. Absolutely not. Nope. There's no shot that Malik will fall to us in the second round. Zero. So don't even get your hopes up for that. I'm just saving you the time and the heartache and the tears. Okay? I'm saving you the time, I'm saving you the tears. It's not happening. Because a lot of teams, especially Pittsburgh, they need a quarterback. They want a quarterback. And they're high on Malik. So yeah. Come on, man. Y'all, we doing live show dang near every month. And everybody keep asking us the same question. Every night we go live. Come on, people. You know we love to go live, especially on these. Yes, I am Von. Of course. Yes, we going live. It's already set. Myself, Jew, might get a special appearance from the LOD, Lord of the Discord. Yeah, you might see a lot of people coming in and out tonight. So it's not gonna be your typical show. We're gonna be all over the place tonight. We're gonna be just enjoying it, calling, asking questions. You guys get to ask questions. We may, have a few people on to come in and get a talk, get their stance. But yeah, we're gonna give you about 5 or 10 minutes to speak on it, and then we gotta let you go. Can't have people on, the whole show like that tonight. It's gonna be hectic. So we do let you in. Um, yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I don't know who will show up, but like I said, man, anybody and everybody might you might see everybody face tonight. And also, if you're on Twitter, um, LT will be doing the holding the space for the draft too, so you can go follow him on Twitter. Um, I may stay in there for a few seconds, or so. But yeah, he's holding the space. If everything go well with him, but yeah, that man said, "Feel good about Trubisky." Feel good about Trubisky. Who? You must be talking about Alan Trubisky because you sure can't be talking about Mitch Trubisky. I don't even know who the hell Alan Trubisky is, but I know who the hell Mitch Trubisky is, and what he ain't. This man said Triskonkomsky. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Sick of you, Devontae. You might see Noah for a little bit. You might see everybody tonight. No, I think yeah, Noah may do the second day, third day. He may do a show for himself also. But if not, we're gonna do all 3 days. I can tell you that much. We're gonna try to do all 3 days. Try to do all 3 days, but first uh, the first 2 days for sure. That's what. Well, yeah, that's for sure. That man said, Mr. Biscuit. How did anybody can be happy about Mr. Biscuit? Bold prediction, Larry Bill. First 3 picks for the Falcons will be defensive players. Hey man, depending on how, like, you never know. You just never know. The draft can change. This is you heard Terry Fontenot say. He said it earlier. This is probably one of the most unpredictable drafts we're going to see because nobody knows what anybody's going to do. Highly, mostly for the fact that the quarterbacks are ass in this draft. When quarterbacks are ass, then you just never know what teams are going to do and what they're thinking because you know damn well that they're not going to take a quarterback, and if they decide to have a run on a quarterback, then it forces another team to make a unpredictable move and trade up to get this quarterback because this quarterback went a lot higher than they expected, or this defensive tackle, went lower than they expect, and it creates a run on corners or a run on linemen, that type of thing. So you just never know in the draft when the run on a particular position is going to happen that's going to alter the draft. And this is one of the reasons why I say if a team decides they want to trade up over the Atlanta Falcons and get a Jordan Davis, that could possibly happen. Anything is possible at this time. Day 2 and 3 is always the best for me because that's when you really get to see, you know, the vision of what the team is thinking and what they're doing. It's okay. It's like when you draft a guy um, in the first round, you can kind of get a feeling. All right, you can't get a feeling of where the team is going with that one. But then you start looking at second round, they might take a corner, might take a wide receiver, they might take a running back. You can kind of get a feel for what the team is going to do in those seconds and third rounds. If I hear Malik Willis, I'll play my rant on my speaker so Terry can hear it. Hey, if we take Malik Willis at 8, I will rant. I promise you I will. And this is going to be one of them ones where you're going to hear a lot of profanity. And I'm calling for everybody here if we take Malik Willis at 8. I promise y'all that. I don't do a lot of guarantee, but but we take Malik Willis at 8, I'm ranting. So y'all get ready for that. That's a promise. That's a promise. Ain't no damn way we take no fucking Malik Willis at 8 when we have so many other pressing needs. Malik Willis, you know this. Look, and I like I said, I'm not here to pile up on the man, but he is what he is. And what he is a guy who can run fast and run well, and he throws the ball hard. If you notice what a lot of these guys are saying in regards to what Malik Willis is, they say one thing, and I need you guys to go back and look at everybody's statement on Malik Willis. They say he throws the ball hard. They never say he throws the ball well and accurately. That's very key. You gotta listen to what people are saying about a prospect. They keep they keep pushing the narrative that he has one of the biggest arms in the draft, which is that's true. But they never talk about his accuracy. They never talk about his inability to throw the ball over the middle. They never really talk about the lack of talent that he went against. Like these are very valid because the speed of the game going against a divisional 2, 3 school, let's just say Coastal Carolina versus Alabama. There's a speed difference with those teams. There's a huge difference between playing those guys against. It's like trying to play 1-on-1. You playing 1-on-1 against LeBron, and then you playing 1-on-1 against a Trey Young. Come on, bro. Who would you rather play against? Yeah, Trey Young. If you're gonna go one on one, you're gonna go one on one with Trey Young because you know you can post Trey Young up. It's gonna be a little bit more difficult to try to post up a LeBron 6'8", 260, 250. That's completely different story. Yeah, that's a completely different story when it comes down to the talent pool. I would much rather play against a Trey Young than going against one on one with LeBron, and that's facts. And y'all know I'm not a LeBron fan. So no, I'm not a LeBron fan, but I recognize what he is. Okay. So yes, we will be going live, NFL live show. Gonna try to do most of the. Well, we're gonna do the first round. So absolutely. So you guys go get your Subway, go get your pizza, go get your hot wings, go get all that. We will be doing the live draft tonight. And Josh Giddum, that's a great point. Can y'all name any of Malik Willis wide receivers? I never thought about that. That is a great question. Can anybody name any of Malik Willis's wide receivers, tight ends, running backs, offensive linemen? Hell, do we even know who the hell this coach is? I feel like I missed something. I hope I missed something. Um, let's reach for. I hope he being sarcastic with this comment. Let me know if you being sarcastic. But let's reach up for Trey McBride. Take a top wide receiver and an edge. Then get someone to fill a gap for Grady. Right now, we can stop the pass, but we need a complete team. Lord, please, please, Lord, have mercy, Jesus. Please tell me you being sarcastic with that, because I know I missed something. I know I missed something. Lord Jesus, I know. Please, Lord, I know I missed something. Do a prediction poll. I think I did a prediction poll. Um, sheesh. Hold up. Let me see. I think I already did a prediction poll. Jew ain't no in here. LeBron fan? Boy, stop. I rather cut my own wrist off and be a LeBron fan. I will slice that bitch clean the hell off than be a LeBron fan. Ain't no way. I sacrifice my own wrist. Mm-mm. No chance in hell. You got no chance. Nope. No chance. Oh man. The offense will score. I think they have more of a variety. And there's no shot at Matt Ryan, but they have with Arthur Smith. He likes to call certain things, um, and he likes to use different ways and offer different ways to attack the defense in goal line situations. So when you have a Matt Ryan, it does limit what he can call. Um, so he has to have quarterbacks like a um, Marcus Mariota who can move around in the pocket and create certain voids in defenses and whatnot. So what you're going to see is more opportunity to score points when you have that extra added dimension in the offense. It's going to create a void in defense, and yeah, I think you're going to see a lot more points in this offense. But it's not so much even that the Falcons defense just fucking sucked. They didn't. They like the Falcons offense had the lowest snap total in the NFL, so they didn't have a lot of opportunities to even move the ball. They were the absolute worst in offensive snaps. So what that tells you that the defense has to get better. Yes, Isaac, defense, defense, defense. The defense has to improve because we're gonna put up more points or have the opportunity to put up more points or to see what a Quasi Olison or whomever. If these guys are any good, you got to have my opportunity to even score, and that's what the Falcons have not had. They haven't had the opportunity to score touchdowns. Yeah, yeah, man. Hey, man, y'all, everybody know by now how I feel about LeBron. So anytime I'm nice to him, everybody's it's always shocking to hear anything nice. No, we hold up. I gotta start paying attention. I be missing a lot of shit. Hugh Freeze, yeah, I did know that with Davies. Hugh Freeze is his coach. I did know that. I mean, Chauncey told me. God damn it, I did know that. Again, like I said before, yeah, we could score, barely score, but the reason why the Falcons weren't scoring because they weren't getting opportunity. Gotta have opportunity. The Falcons were dead last on the bottom of the league in offensive snaps. The Falcons were one of the worst third down defenses in the league. So they weren't getting off the field. So if the defense get off the field, then Arthur Smith had more opportunity to call plays, and the offense has more opportunity to score points. So you got to get off the goddamn field in order to score. No, the Falcons don't need everything. Falcons have a pretty good team together. What the Falcons are missing in this defense is players that's going to maximize what we already have. All right, we have a Deion Jones. You have a and a guy that nobody's really even paying any attention to. They don't believe. They're not even thinking that he can possibly improve. And that's Adekumpo Ogundeji. You got Marlon Davis who can improve. You got AJ Terrell. You got Richie Grant. Those are very nice pieces on the defense. So if you get players around them, put a Jordan Davis, and add to that, then you can get better. But that's the thing I'm talking about. People act like we don't have anything. Falcons have things. You just don't think they're any good because they haven't had the snaps. That's what we talk about opportunity. When do you think we're gonna take a wide receiver? Um, the safe bet for me is probably the second round, but it really depends on if there's a run on wide receivers, then the Falcons are gonna have to. Um, I really hate saying this. I don't think the Falcons have opportunity to try to trade Calvin Ridley right now because he's suspended. So like I doubt that happens. But they need to get rid of him. But safest bet for you to see the Falcons take a wide receiver is probably the second or third round. More than likely the third round. Because I think they really want to fix this defense. And even that's a reach because the Falcons could quite possibly say, all right, we need a running back. Or we want to add to that tight end room to help, get more out of a Kyle Pitts. Because do we really want Kyle Pitts to be the sole player on the offense as far as the receivers are concerned? Do we want him in those trenches where he getting dirty, playing against these big defensive linemen? I don't think so. So you can see the Falcons end up, drafting a tight end. So it can open up what we can do with Kyle Pitts. And I made a video on that also. Let me say this. Like this is why we keep saying. I keep going over this over and over and over again. If you run the ball well, you don't have to worry about throwing the ball 50 times. You don't have to worry about wide receivers having 3, 4 wide receivers. Why? Because you're running the ball well. You don't have to worry about having elite talent if you're an elite to very good offense, running offense. If you can run the ball well, everything else will take care of itself on offense. Going to get first downs after first downs if you run the ball well. You're going to get first downs. So at that point, all you need is guys, that you can, slowly bring along, develop. That's exactly it. I mean, they don't really do a lot of throwing the ball in Baltimore, but they win 10 games every year. Why? Because they run the ball well, and everything else will take care of itself. The issues with Baltimore the last couple of years, their defense is falling off. That's the only issue with Baltimore, is that defense is falling off. And Lamar can't stay healthy. Still a pretty good defense, but Baltimore is kind of falling off. Whew, man, yeah, yeah, we were, we were trying to run the ball on fourth down, and we still failed a lot that time. So yeah, if you run the ball better, you see you can get more opportunity to score points. And if you run the ball well, you keep the defense off the field so they can have more opportunities to rush the passer. So even when you have guys that are okay, they are much better because they are well rested. Even when you have average offensive defensive linemen. if you keep them fresh, they're better. Ball control saves lives, bro. No, the defense was just bad on third down. I tell you all the time, don't look too much and too deeply into all those numbers and all that type of stuff. Because the Falcons defense, they were just bad on third down. They just couldn't get off the field on third down for a multitude, like multiple reasons. Got to be able to get off the field on third down. You hear me say it, the small intricate details of football that's converting, getting positive yards on first down, whether it's 4 to 5 yards. You always want to get on first down. You want to always get at least 4 to 5 yards so you can shrink the field when the passing game. When you have to pass the ball. So all you need, now is another 5 to 6 yards on second down. When you're on second down and you second down and 10 and second down and 15, then chances are everybody knows what you're gonna do on third down. On second down, and that's pass the ball, or you're going to have to run the ball on second and 10. But most teams are going to run the ball again on second down um, if you don't convert. So if you don't get positive yards on first down, then second down is much easier. It's all about predictability. You don't want to be predictable. And Josh, exactly. That's when you can use that play action on second down. You can run the ball, play action, go deep, play action to the tight end, play action to the running back, and you can open things up on second down because teams don't know what you're gonna do. But when you're predictable, you don't get positive yards on on first down, then second down, that makes it that more difficult. So you got to get positive yards on first down. So if you guys too hit up Noah, he is in charge of the Discord that we have right along with J Rock. So you can hit those guys up on Twitter, hit them up on Instagram, and they will send you a link to the Discord if you guys want to go in there and have some long conversation. We talk about everything in there. So hit up Noah. He'll send you a link. Noah, Trey, those guys in the Discord, and every day questions. They'll send you links to any and everything. Talk about everything over there. Rip all those guys. So join our Discord as well. Trust me, you have no reason to be ignorant when you a member of Mad Mike Sports GSHM. We're gonna make sure that you have the right information and you know who every player is. So that's the reason why you need to hit that subscribe button here, because if you want to know, we will get it to you. Gotta, like I said, the run game opens up so much for the entire team. Because again, it gets those big boys up front. They can be bullies. They can push you. Have y'all seen Caleb McGarrett? Came in there looking like the Hulk, bro. Like he done bulked up. That's what those big guys want to do up front. They want to get bigger. They want to get stronger, so they can push you around and beat you up. That's what offensive linemen want to do, and it keeps our defense off the field, so they can rest on third down, no pass situations, so they can get off the ball faster. So the running game opens up so much for the team. But yeah, you guys continue to support your boy. Again, we're gonna go about 7:45 to 8 o'clock. We're gonna get that started. But like I said, man, if you haven't already, hit us up on Twitter. I guess that's my cue. The boss TJ telling me what to do. He telling me what to do, but you guys stay tuned tonight. It's gonna be a long day of draft. And I appreciate you guys for joining us. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, man. I truly appreciate it. And like I said before, we will have every single pick tonight. And man, I'm excited, bro. Football is finally back, bro. Football is finally back. Yeah, man, Tony. Hey, like I said, I just did a little pre-draft, a pre-draft, kind of give everybody my takes on what to expect late tonight. But yeah, 7:45, 8 o'clock, we will be going live again um, for the draft. It's here. We're here. Let's go. But your boy, man, Mike is out, man. Peace.